So what am I going to moan about today? I'll tell you what I'm going to moan about, and that is the racial abuse from some so-called Chelsea fans.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
Now, of course, last night was the Super Cup final between Liverpool and Chelsea, and Liverpool won it on penalties. Tammy Abraham missed the decisive penalty, and all I've seen from these so-called Chelsea fans, let's get this right, so-called Chelsea fans, although it does seem to be Chelsea all the time that are involved in this. The racial abuse that he was receiving is absolutely disgusting. People are actually atting him on Twitter. And I've no doubt that he's probably seen most of what's been said. What goes through your absolute idiotic pea brain to decide that you are going to go out and racially abuse another human being? At what point when you're writing this and typing it, do you not sit there and think, I shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't be saying this, I can't do it? But you go through with it. Are you serious? We all get angry, upset, hurt and whatnot when, our team loses and everything else. But we don't racially abuse them. Honestly. Is this what's going on now? How are you actually waking up in the morning and living with yourself? That you can just go out there and do that? What kind of upbringing do you have? How have you been raised? Why are you like this? To be racially abusive to someone? Honestly, it's absolutely pathetic. I really, really hope that some of these that were abusive, their IP addresses can be tracked and they can be traced. And, criminal proceedings against them. Because it's just absolutely disgusting and it needs to be cut out of society full stop. Because I've had enough of it. I'm sick of it. And to see that, I feel so sorry for the lad. He missed a penalty. Never meant to, did he? Absolutely, I tell you, man, just winds me up. That, this is the one downside to social media. That you get people that are sat behind their keyboards and their screen and can go and be racially abusive like this. Morons. Every single one of you. That's what I'm going to moan about today. So what is going on in the world of football? Breaking news, actually, in the last half hour or so. Sol Campbell has left his job as Macclesfield manager by mutual consent. I'm a little bit surprised by that, to be quite honest with you. He took over last season when they were in an absolute mess, and he managed to get them survival and stay in the league. So I thought he was doing a really good job. And, the season's only a week or so old, 2 weeks or so for, the lesser lower league clubs. But that's a bit of a shock, and it'd be interesting to find out what's actually going on. And Sol Campbell, he's no longer manager. It'd be interesting to see whether he looks to get employment somewhere else. Of course, last night it was the Super Cup final between Liverpool and Chelsea. And Chelsea can feel a little bit happier with their performance. Not the result, given what happened to them at Manchester United at the weekend. And they played really well. Liverpool, they looked a little ropey at times, but they got the job done and they just keep winning trophies. What worries me, for Liverpool fans anyway, would be that if one of those front three, the likes of Firmino, Salah or Mane, got themselves injured, because they haven't strengthened, of course, in the summer, and it'd be very interesting to see how they handle a couple of injuries. Everyone seems to pick them up, but Liverpool, they've been very lucky at the moment, and I feel that their chances this season rely on those three staying fit. They've already lost Alisson, but as it turns out, that doesn't really look like that's been too much of a problem, because Adrian, he's actually doing well, and the game went to penalties. He saved the all-important penalty from Tammy Abraham, and they win the Super Cup. I suppose the talking point of the game was the Chelsea equaliser, the penalty that was given. It was never, ever a penalty. But yet, even though VAR was there, they still gave the penalty. So, interesting. And also, again, last night, this game was officiated by a woman. And it's one of the first times this has ever happened. And I do feel that over the next few years, you're going to see women officiating in the Premier League. And I thought she actually done a good job, to be quite honest with you. The incident with the penalty, in real time, it did look like a penalty. Let's be honest with you. It is what it is. But I feel overall, she had a good game. So, yeah, that's really what's going on at the moment. Sol Campbell out of a job. And Liverpool, they've won the Super Cup final. So fair play to them.
Next time on Blood Brothers.
You remember everything. The feeling, you remember the sounds, the smells. It's all pretty painful. What got him through it? Football. Okay, so we're going to start a football team. We'll do anything we can to support, you know.
What are you talking about?
I'm part of the team.
Made it happen, didn't we?